A woman. Vigo. It was one of the women you sent. Only... she wasn't human. She was... a demon.
This is the story of Diablo 4, Act 1, Episode 2, The Bloody Mother. Meeting the card captain Vigo in the Windfall Hollow Mines, we learn that a young girl, Narel's mother, as well as an escort of guards, are trapped in the mines with a horned demon. We then ask, what brings you to Yelesna?
My mother and I studied the Horadrim. We were onto something big. But then she ran off. It's not like her to abandon the hunt.
And you can't go after your mother. Why are these mines sealed off?
Mines are closed on church orders. They're not safe. Especially not for children.
Hoping to change the captain's mind, we approach Vigo and inform. Reverend Mother Prava sent me.
She did. The horned woman is the demon Lilith.
No, that can't be. My mother taught me that name. You speak of the daughter of hatred.
Did Prava mention me? She wasn't angry, was she?
There's more than your job at stake here.
Come on. Let's get this over with.
Vigo, acquiescing, opens the door with a slight huff before barreling through into the mine's western track towards the shafts below. Fiddling with the hoist, he complains.
The damn hoist is stuck. We've got to go on foot. Look out!
We're then set upon by re-risen miners, swathing through the dead en masse. Narel then realizes.
Hey, that's my mother's charm on your wrist.
It's mine now, girl. She gave it to me when I let her and her friend pass through.
Escorting the knight and the treasure-seeking magpie of a girl east, we locate the entrance deeper in the condemned mines and cautiously step inside as Vigo somewhat loses his nerve.
Maybe we should go back, round up the knights.
And leave my mother in Lilith's care for as long as that will take? No. I'm going on.
Deeper in the stagnant tunnels, the air hangs heavy and the stench of death surrounds us. Although instead of the fresh undead net above, we're greeted by shambling skeletons risen in Lilith's wake. Contending with waves of undead hordes, the mines begin to come down around us, making Vigo warily comment.
Beams are too damn old. Shaking like leaves.
Descending into the dark bowels of the cave, Narel then questions the captain.
What's special about this place anyway? What would draw Lilith here?
Hell if I know. Prava doesn't tell us anything. No one goes in, nothing comes out. That's all.
Sounds like the first honest thing Vigo has said thus far. We then find another mine shaft with what appears to be a miner holding its legs to its chest, cowering, and wonder how it died in this position. In the center of the room, we see a pile of corpses in a worse state, and Vigo mutters.
No lift. The jam must be deeper down.
With no lift access, we attempt the door Narel inspects.
Locked.
Over here. I can squeeze through to the other side.
Wait, hold on. And there she goes. Enemies approaching. Nowhere to go. Fight's coming to us this time.
We're then set upon by ghouls who drop from the ceiling in clusters, and it's then we realize this is no longer a mine shaft, but a feeding ground, as a hated vampire lord attempts to make a meal of us.
Open that door, girl!
I've got it!
With Neyrelle safely returned, Vigo compliments the girl.
That was quick thinking.
Sure.
The captain then questions.
Why would your mother leave you like that?
She wouldn't. Or she shouldn't have. I'm sure she had good reason.
We then descend deeper from an unstable shaft into collapsing depths, making haste, as a collapse is not an if, but instead, when. Surviving a final cave-in, Neyrelle exclaims,
I'm not dying here!
our only option, to go deeper into the darkened way below.
Over there! An opening!
Go!
We arrive in a large cavern before the shaft behind us collapses, and Vigo gasps.
The tunnel's closed. We're trapped without the hoist.
Look, there she is!
Neyrelle runs off into the gloom with Vigo dutifully in tow. We follow behind, and seeing her peering off into the distance ask, what is it, Neyrelle?
That statue. It's her. The way I saw her.
Lilith.
We need to find my mother.
Although this is good tidings that we're on the demoness's trail, a part of us wished the girl was mistaken for her mother's sake. We then double back and find a ladder leading down to the level below. Worse is the blood trail as we spot signs of a struggle between the demon fallen and the Church of Light guards who, troublingly, have abandoned their barricade.
Over there, the hoist.
We head back to the hoist and Vigo sighs in relief.
At last, I'll ride out. Oh, hell. A demon. Here?
Dislodging the corpse with a bone shard, Vigo again gasps.
Slain? What happened?
We turn to the captain and say, well, Vigo, here's our way out.
We need reinforcements.
No, we can do...
What was that?
It came from beyond the gate.
Curious at the source of the pained grunt, we rush to the stone gate of Kasama, which opens with an ancient seal and a cloud of dust, and witness a terrible scene ahead.
No. The escort. They're all dead. Over there.
We rush to the only guard still breathing and ask of the dying man, who did this?
A woman. Vigo. It was one of the women you sent. Only... she wasn't human. She was... a demon. Like the statue. Claims she mothered sanctuary. It was a dead bloodbath.
The other woman, Venard. Where is she?
She begged for her life. Lilith spared her. Let her deeper in. Give up, girl. She's lost. Vigo, you must listen. Steel did nothing. Spells, prayers, all useless. Go to Corval. Tell Plow. Raise the army. The father. Evil itself. Locks sanctuary. Do this for me.
He is dead.
I'm done for. Your mother told me this trinket would bring good fortune. To think I trusted her.
She bribed you with it, didn't she? You weren't supposed to let her through at all. But it's not too late. She can still be saved.
Not by me. Not anymore. Prava will know what to do.
You're leaving us? Abandoning her?
There's nothing left to abandon. she's good as dead. I'm sorry, kid.
He really just left us. It's up to us now.
With Vigo raising the alarm in Corvalar, we're left to pursue Lilith with the young Neyrelle. Unfortunately, if experience has taught us anything, it's that Vigo was probably right about her mother's fate, leaving the dead where they lie. We gingerly hop over the chasm, and certain death as Neyrelle follows suit and declares,
Lilith can't be too far.
It's then we see a stone tablet written in ancient text, accompanying artwork etched on the floor that reads, Lilith showed me the ugly truth of our cosmos. The eternal conflict. Angels and demons have battled over control of all creation for all time. To what end? I asked, and she simply laughed. But who deciphered this? As we find blood petals below and question.
What is this?
Using our powers of blood magic, we place a hand on the symbol and see a blurred vision of the past.
How your mind races. Yes, I am Lilith, mother of sanctuary.
Daughter of hatred.
I have what you seek. You hunger for knowledge. You dragged your child all over sanctuary in pursuit of it.
No, I taught her how to survive.
Is that what you want to believe? Drop the act. You have questions. I have answers. I know the fabric of the cosmos.
Everything I've read has warned me against you.
You've read so much, yet know so little. Will you accept my offer?
I don't know. Will you let me try? I want to try.
Your mother is alive. She came this way with Lilith.
How can you be sure?
Sometimes I see visions of the past. I saw them.
What? How?
Lilith's petals. Her blood was fed to me once.
So, if Lilith spared Neyrelle's mother, she must be notating Lilith's words on the stones. We must find her before she succumbs fully to the demon's influence. Again, a gaggle of fallen rush out of the ruins to ambush us. Wherever Lilith goes, demons seem to spawn in her wake. We then see a picture of Lilith and what we assume is the angel Inarius embracing on the stone, and the chalky entry is titled, Forbidden Love, reading, Lilith saw a way to escape the eternal conflict. She tells me it started with the seduction of the angel Inarius. All this time, he was just as fallible as any man. Below, more demons loiter over an image of Lilith and Inarius in possession of the World Stone. The entry is titled Sanctuary, reading, Lilith is Sanctuary's mother. Somehow I felt the truth of it the moment she said it to those knights. Now I know how. She used Inarius to craft this world, a refuge from the eternal conflict. Heading up the stairs to the south, the Fallen's efforts to repel us grows as they send waves of their exploding vile lunatics to sacrifice themselves in an effort to halt our progress. Wading through the corpses, we find a mural of Lilith and Inarius seemingly guiding humanity. The stone tablet is labeled The Firstborn and reads, All my life I've sought the origin of humankind. It was always her. From the union of angels and demons came the first generation of humanity. They were powerful, movers of mountain, shakers of the seas. We fight our way to look out over a black lake at the very depths of the temple. Strange obsidian obelisks protrude from a stone platform. and we can barely make out etched writings of a glyph, not unlike that of the Icehell ruins. Doubling back down the path, we begin to climb the slippery stone, lower into the depths, finding a mural we spied originally on the higher floor of a man who appears to be our order's patron, Rathma. Shocked, we read the deciphered stone slab and are dismayed at its revelation, as it's labelled Rathma, and reads, "She was so proud in the telling of this part. Lilith and Inarius bore a son together, Rathma. He is wise beyond years, the first to untangle the power of necromancy. She says his lair lies deeper in." We step back in utter shock, staring at the face of our order we barely recognize. Never had there been mention of Rathma's lineage, or to our knowledge, his continued existence. No wonder he craved balance, being the direct offspring of angel and demon alike. It was bred into him. Reeling from the revelation, we press on, our entire understanding of the order of necromancers coming into question, and we selfishly want to find Rathma for answers more than Lilith herself. We then enter the Courts of Dawn and find the now familiar blood panels of Lilith in our path.
So curious. You are eager to know why you were spared.
Yes,
Do you have faith in me?
I want to.
Good. For now, all you need know is that we are going to meet my son.
Rathma, the first necromancer.
He is that, and more. He is the key to my plans.
It sounds like they're searching for Lilith's son, Rathma. Together.
Mother, what are you thinking?
It's not long before we also locate more writings on stone, this time in Venard's hand that's scrawled. Lilith opened my eyes to the crimes of Inarius. He betrayed her, banished her. He sapped the power of her children. He's the reason we're weak, the reason we die. He ruined us because he feared us. We'll show him he was right to be afraid. To the southeast, wading through the many fallen and their overseers, sent to guard the ruins, Nyrel exclaims.
Blocked again. Does Lilith know we're coming?
As we move to read the blood petals below, we hear an unfamiliar flapping and look up in horror to be faced with the succubus, Roasaka, a gift of the mother. She flings sizzling orbs of crimson death that burn us to our core. Not before we swing our scythe through her midsection and she falls limp to the floor. We then read the blood petals and see Venard's descent.
You've mastered your fear, but I still sense your pain. You miss your daughter.
My magpie. She's scared right now. She must be.
Go. Or stay. It is time to choose.
I trained her well. She's a good kid, strong. She'll be all right,
You've chosen well, my child. To reach Rathma, we will need to cross a lake at the bottom of these ruins. It requires a ritual. I will teach you.
As you wish, Mother.
Good. You're ready for lesson 1. Blood is the key.
What did you see this time? I don't need sparing. Tell me.
Lilith plans to teach your mother a ritual. One that needs blood. Your mother seemed receptive.
We have to reach them.
Alarmed at Nyrel's mother's embrace of blood magics, a dangerous arcane expertise, even in experienced hands, refined by another succubus to the northeast, Another delusional diary entry by Lilith's latest apprentice reading, "How silly my idle fancies of yesterday seem now. I believed in the Horodrim, but I was misled. With them as our champions, we can barely survive. But Lilith will make us victors. All my life I've been searching, but it was me that needed to be found." As we battle through the fallen, we realize it's clear that although we'd witnessed the turning of the townsfolk of Nevesk, we have wholly underestimated Lilith's ability to seduce through her children's dark desires. And so we then upgrade our garb, found on the felled fallen enemies in anticipation of encountering Lilith, including a rare two-handed sword named Corpse Weaver, as well as a tunic and leggings. It's not long before we find to the west a door barred by a strange aura Neyrelle discerns.
This barrier. It looks like the same kind of magic as before.
We then respond. Demons approach. We need to get through.
I think I can dispel it.
As the fledgling mage sets to work, sandstalkers pour in from all sides, setting upon us as we desperately try to protect Neyrelle, who steadfastly works on opening the door. Slaughtering 24 of the stalkers, we then contend with the gluttonous Brander before Neyrelle exclaims,
Yes, I did it!
The ancient gate then groans open, and we descend deeper below into the morning shore. It's to our left, we stumble upon a final scribbling of Venard that reads, "How sweet this taste! Lilith asked me to aid in a ritual, sacrificing a priest from the escort. He had no fight. He just prayed as we made his blood useful. Forgive my hand, I'm still shaking. Power dances along my bones. I walk the path of our maker now." Realizing we're now at the surface of the Black Lake, we head northeast, hearing chanting in the distance.
Not enough blood. Never enough blood. I will follow you to the ends of Sanctuary, Mother.
Stopping to check a corpse strewn across the steps, and see it's indeed the dead priest she spoke of. A huge gash across his neck has him drained of blood, as Neyrelle declares.
There she is.
Neyrelle's mother, on all fours, traces the runes in the priest's blood, oblivious to our presence, and we turn to Neyrelle saying, "Go ahead, I have your back."
Mother?
Neyrelle. You're just in time. Beyond this lake lies the necropolis of the firstborn, a trove of magic and knowledge. I opened the way for Lilith, but I could not pass through with her. I lack divine element, you see.
Stop.
But I can find it. I'm so close. I simply need...
Mother, stop! Look at what Lilith has done to you. You're writing in your own blood.
My little magpie. She awakened me. She showed me things I can't even put into words. Once I've finished, you will understand.
I don't care what she showed you. Please, let's just get out of here.
Oh, I see. Yes, clever magpie. Trying to lead me away so you can take all this for yourself. This is my discovery, not yours. I will finish these runes with your blood!
You must stop this!
Look at the gifts she's given me.
We impotently try and extract the blood barrier's magics to no avail, and Venard summons Succubi Hellspawn as her personal bodyguards. Intuiting the demon's length to Venard's life force, we dodge their bloody projectiles and manage to dispatch 2 of the winged fiends, wounding Venard in the process.
I need more time.
Mother, no!
You won't take what's mine!
The maddened miscreant sends us back in a crimson wave. As her glyphs glow an ominous red, more demons appear, as well as torrents of spinning blood beams. Again, we critically wound the Blood Witch, and Nerel cries out in dismay.
Please! I don't want you to die!
Desperate, Vinard calls forth a throng of Hellspawn led by a Goliath pit lord. However, our expertise in blood magic proves superior as we release a blood burst that turns the demon to ash. The final succubi begins to flap around in terror, attempting to flee with a final swath of our spectral scythe as Vinard shrieks.
No!
As Nerel's mother lies in a pool of the little blood she has remaining, she begins gasping her final breaths, and, unable to look at the poor girl, we turn away and say, "I'm sorry."
You were protecting me. I don't want to hate you. I'm trying. I really am. We're going to make Lilith pay for what she's done. So we need blessed blood. Go back to your Prava. Get that blessing. Beg if you need to. Whatever it takes. My mother started this damn ritual. I'm going to finish it. Meet me in the Mistral Woods.
Why there?
The Horadrim hid a vault there. Finding it was her life's work. So much for that. Maybe it will help with the ritual. If not, at least I can bury her where she'd want. I need time. I'm sorry. Just leave me.
Leaving Nerel to the tragic mess of her mother's remains sprawled on the floor, we discreetly pick up her dagger, a token of Lilith's power, steeped in Vinard's blood and dark knowledge, no doubt.